James Webb Space Telescope finds living planets? We give you the most affectionate welcome to this new documentary. If it is the first time, I introduce myself. I am the engineer Hiddekel Morrison, and I appreciate you decide to see this educational content, where we will see the first image taken by the James Webb Space Telescope of the Sun that has 7 planets, some planets that are in habitable zones with potential extraterrestrial life and peculiar characteristics, which will allow us to understand other types and forms of life in the universe. Let's start, thanks to applied technology, this new educational adventure from the perspective of an engineer. Let's start. The commissioning of the James Webb Space Telescope is already revolutionizing astronomy, physics, astrophysics and several sciences related to cosmology, due to the capacity of this modern telescope to be able to observe the first lights that originated in the universe, then of having been created after the initial explosion called the Big Bang, 13.8 billion years ago. Since its first images released in July 2022, the telescope has detected the unmistakable signature of water, hints of haze, and evidence of clouds on a planet outside our solar system, the exoplanet called WSP-96b, providing data analysis of a most detailed exoplanet to date. But the contributions of the James Webb are just beginning, and they continue to surprise the scientific community, because within the first data that has been made public with the images that were processed from the Webb, these new observations have just been known when this image was generated, the image of a sun where the United States Space Agency, NASA, had already discovered the existence of 7 planets with real possibilities of life, which are now found by James Webb, as we explain below. But first, I ask you to support us by liking this video, sharing this video with your contacts, and subscribing to this channel, turning on notifications, so with your support, we can continue to frequently generate interesting documentaries on aerospace technology and the universe. Thank you for contributing to the creation of educational content. The TRAPPIST-1 system is unique. Almost all conditions there are favorable for the search for life outside our solar system. Olivia Lim, doctoral student scientist at the University of Montreal. This is the first image of the sun or star called TRAPPIST-1 taken by the James Webb Space Telescope, where the intriguing ultra-cold dwarf star is recorded, which according to NASA scientific records has 7 planets of a size in its orbit, close to that of our planet Earth in a habitable zone, where all measurements indicate that all conditions for life are given. That is why today we can affirm that the James Webb Space Telescope finds planets, because there is not only the data that is processed and creates this image of the star, there are also the records of those 7 planets, which due to scientific evidence lead us to ask ourselves the question if there are planets with life. It was by processing the James Webb data that an amateur scientist managed to generate this first image of the TRAPPIST-1 system. This ultra-cool red dwarf star is only 40 light-years away from our planet Earth, a very close distance when compared to the stars that are billions of light-years away. That is why this sun with these planets is a valuable objective, because that relatively close distance facilitates its investigation, since preliminary records establish that those planets that orbit this star may contain large amounts of water. Let us remember that this image that we are visualizing is a computerized recreation of the records of signals and infrared data captured by the James Webb, and that despite the fact that it appears to be something without much definition, it is a great advance, since it reconfirms what other instruments of scientific observation have registered. It is a resounding reality, the existence of this solar system so hopeful to detect extraterrestrial life. Keep in mind that this image is a circumstantial shot, since it was recorded as part of the general data of the first James Webb publications, which means that it is not the result of the direct observation of James Webb on this star, which is within the study plan. And when all the power of the James Webb is calibrated and focused on this solar system, the findings could be overwhelming and historic, because they would be the long-awaited confirmation of extraterrestrial life, that is, life outside our planet Earth. The solar system around this star provides an opportunity to test the concept of a habitable zone outside our solar system. More data and images from the teams examining the system are expected soon. Until then, this is our best look at an incredible system and one of our best chances to discover life according to all confirmed scientific evidence. There are multiple and varied scientific studies that establish high possibilities that intelligent aliens may exist on any of the planets of this TRAPPIST-1 star, and without a doubt, Scientists are already looking for them. This solar system is very different from ours. In this solar system it would be very easy to travel from one world or planet to another, due to the relative proximity, as explained by the scientific director of the SETI Institute, Seth Shostak, who added, I quote, It seems easy and tempting to imagine a multi-global empire emerging from this system, a small federation of planets in our cosmic backyard. Scientists have indicated that humans would need special glasses to appreciate this spectacle. Most of the light emitted by dwarf stars like this one in the recently discovered system is in the infrared spectrum. And since human eyes do not perceive it, those worlds would appear almost totally dark. Of course, he added, we could imagine that alien life has evolved to see in infrared, as snakes on planet Earth can, for example. When NASA announced the existence of these planets, it explained that life could have exotic forms in this new solar system that is on the list of upcoming observations stopped by the James Webb Space Telescope. These planets could have characteristics as peculiar as two moons, being able to visualize the neighboring planet, extreme temperatures and periods, and much more. Let's hope that the complete observations that the James Webb Space Telescope will make will give answers to all the questions and expectations that we have about that solar system. In a short time we will be able to have the final report from the James Webb Space Telescope on the encounter of those planets and be able to answer the question we ask ourselves with data and conclusive evidence, based on everything that has been processed to date. There will be the scientific community detected a new solar system of 7 planets, with life? I would like to be able to read opinions in the comments of this video. I'll wait for you there. I will be attentive to your always valuable opinions. As usual, we appreciate you informing us. It is a real pleasure to be able to provide you with the main news, trends and developments, about the most important aspects of aerospace technology and the universe, from the perspective of an engineer. I am the engineer Hiddekel Morrison and I invite you to meet again in a future installment.